We got ourselves Team 2 with Blood Gorges on a Holy DK. We got ourselves Christina, more of that feral action. Copium is a destruction, hasn't got to play. Oh my god, who is this? Hasn't also got to play. We got ourselves Archeor, dude. You're swapping bogs. You got the Fisticuffs bog. I like it, dude. Versus Athel Woman. More of that Necrolord action. We got ourselves Kiss God. We got ourselves Unchilly with Wargren, as well as Advoy. I don't ever see this mount getting used, dude. Those are pretty cool mounts in BFA. Not gonna lie, they were pretty unique. Like, let's say, like, its own unique animation, unique skeleton. Unchilly getting hit with a Succubus CC in the opener, playing that more than Unholy, which is Copium is going to be dipping away with a big old port. That's going to be hand just randomly gripping people to him. Unchilly literally can't do anything about that hand. But everybody else is being a good sport. If they get gripped, they're not getting attacking, not getting aggressive. Going to be Army that joined the fight versus Copium, who's looking to bail out of the situation. Dusk himself, good ports around the corner. The Army of the Dead is charging in. Looks like he's playing the Shambler. Is that it? Oh no, it looked like he was playing the Shambler, but it's actually just his normal ghoul slowed, which is interesting. It's going to be AMS up for Unchilly. Got himself quite a bit of damage versus Copium. That's going to be a big old port and a Warlock Hellstone for P with that Battle Master trick and get himself lots of health back. Unchilly under quite a bit of pressure though, trying to stay away from the Tyrant, from the Infernal, as well as the Succubus. Going to sacrifice the pet, summon a fresh new one. Gonna be the... Oh, do you walk out of it? Oh, line of sight, actually really good for him. Did avoid the God, how am I forgetting the name of the one spell that Warlocks are using? Did I really forget? No. Is it Unbound Chaos? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Chili does go down to Copium, getting blasted as I was literally looking up what the how did I forget? I immediately forgot. We only see this ability in PTR constantly often. Bonds of Fell. Why did I want to call it Unbound Chaos? I think it's the name Bond there. Gonna be a Bonds of Fell for Athel. Does official advantage? Looks like he just walks out of it. Does Hand of Freedom make you immune, or did he take damage and just like kill himself right after? Big old cannibal set up as the stun comes out for Copium. Taking him out with a big old Chaos Bolt. Gonna be Athel woman. Grabbing big old wreck. Huge proc onto P. That's gonna be a big old Amulet right after. Is Athel woman playing the Necrolord legendary? We have 2 gavels that you can throw. And every gavel does give you 2 procs. Bonzafell trying to make a play. Gonna be Fear onto Athel woman. Bonzafell right after. Didn't quite walk into it. I think you can still walk out of it. I don't think it tethers to you. You don't have to go around it like a Ring of Frost. I think you just run right through it. I could be wrong. I thought when trying to go for the big Prox's Necrolord though. With the Necrolord Covenant ability, it's a gavel you throw in. Think of like a Unholy Judgment. And your next Templar's Verdict will trigger a Divine Storm for free. And if it's running Legendary, it'll give you 2 Divine Storms. So it's actually quite a bit of damage. Throwing in the gavel, I think it was maybe a double Divine Storm. Took a local Picopi from like 80% to 50% in a single global. Big old Bonds are coming out. Amulet right after. Mortical walking about a Bonds. That's going to be a bit of damage to Athaman. Or Athawoman. Shadow Fury with a Caswell getting loaded up. Probably going to bust on Shield of Vengeance really quickly. Barely almost made it through the full shield. Second one did get chucked out immediately. And Athawoman has himself... What the hell? Was that an auto? He just walked up and punched Athawoman when we get too close, I guess. I saw Archeor. He was ready to go for a fight. He just punched. Athawoman is having a little bit of a hard time dealing with a pet. Is going to put it in a fear. And Locopi just does have the... He just has the distance, dude. You got to get a gap closer for Athawoman. Paladins definitely need a gap closer of some sort. And you're going to have to be very, very careful in terms of your positional. It is going to get clipped barely by that Cataclysm around the corner. So that's going to be dots. At least he's able to mount up. There's going to be a curse to slow him down. Paladins don't have a way to deal with the curses except with the Hand of Freedom. Big old Destra Warlock set up with the Cannibal coming up. And Athawoman just got to go for the line of sight. And his cooldowns out of Copium could drop down Infernal. Does drop it down. That's going to be Infernal with a Cataclysm around the corner. Athawoman taking lots of damage himself with a bunch of Instacasts available for Copium. That just could be a lot of free damage. And Athawoman taking quite a bit of damage. Might just have to bubble it. Do they have to? Word of Glories are coming into play. Could go for a Wake of Ashes to stun all these demons at once if he really wanted to. I think he's setting up for burst though if he can. He's going to get a lockout onto Copium on the Soul Rot Mortal Coil, but a bubble does come out. has the mobility to keep going. Most likely has the gateway to use if he does really need one. And most likely will use it if he has to. He's waiting it out. That port didn't really go as far. Does have the normal portal available. Walking away from his own gateway. The gavel does come in for Atho. But a Casbolt is loaded up already. Oh, stop the Casbolt for a second. Loading up a full one with a stun cataclysm around the corner. Bonza fell right after. Has to walk out of it unless he maybe Hand of Freedoms it. I don't know if Hand of Freedoms gives you like immunity for it. Trying to flash cut through the damage as best as he can. Another Casbolt get it loaded up. Lockup here most likely has a port available already. He just bought himself enough time to deal with Atho, and he always has a port to go back whenever he needs to. He has a port and a gateway. Casbolt gonna set up all that fear with an Emerald Raptor. Atho woman does have a Shield of Vengeance, as he's again trying to close that gap, which is quite a long mile. Lauco P just has the mobility set up and ready to go. Just continue to inch away himself towards that gate. Mortal Call just keeps walking back whatever he can to keep the Paladin at bay. Bonzafell is up. Hand of Freedom does bust through the damage. It is going to be pretty painful for the Paladin, but does have to take the hit. And the Cataclysm around the corner, I believe, does get the immolation on him. So I believe that did clip him. So far for this Paladin, it's been really a tough duel to win. With Lauco P Copium just not giving him an inch, not letting him get close at all, just rotating whatever mobility he can, just to be as annoying as possible. It's almost, I mean, he's just trying to deny the Paladin any damage by staying at distance from him. So he's doing the best that he can, but for Atho, that's definitely proven to be a bit of a challenge. Walking Loco P almost away from the gateway, and there he goes, slows him down with a curse immediately. Gavel getting thrown in. Kevin Slime trying to go for some spits. Going to be actually a banish on that Slime. Bonza fell with Soul Rod. Atho does create some line of sight for a second here. Loco P trying to use that line of sight in order to get an angle onto Atho. Does get the angle. Mortal Coil comes out as the Hodge comes in. Chaos Bolt is mid-air, and Atho does go for Word of Glow to heal himself. Flash of lights are coming through. There's going to be a stun around the corner. Loco P is next to Atho, trying to get a Chaos Bolt in his face. Actually, stops it halfway. Atho tried to go for an interrupt, didn't quite get one. Fear into a Chaos Bolt. Does have Loco P Copium out in the open, though. No trinket available. If he can somehow just lock him down right now and fully burst him down, this will be the perfect opportunity. If he has any opportunity here at all. Shield of Vengeance is up. And Loco P, again, inching himself back to that good spot. Wants to make sure he's in a line of sight, kind of near that gateway, near that portal. Big Shield of Vengeance holding on strong. Athman finally walking to Loco P. And looks like, again, has to go behind the pillar. I feel like he had himself a perfect position. He just was having to play very, very defensive at that corner of that arena side. Like on his side, on his team side of the stairs. It's just really, really tough situation. And I wonder if he was able to really do much here. Speaking about what Halinka said in the interview, he talked about how PvP is all about area denial. I feel like Loco P Copium is showing us exactly how big that is in PvP. He's literally denying Athman any safety, or really denying him any gap closes whatsoever. Like walking up to Loco P is nigh impossible. Chasing after that guy, nigh impossible. Can barely even get behind a pillar to create some line of sight and recover. The area denial is actually really, really strong, and it's actually insane in PvP. And that's going to be Warlock Housing getting used. I don't know where this duel is going to end, dude. 2 minutes left with that bubble for Atho. Still no trinket getting used up by Loco P. Still holding on to that thing. Big old Soul Rod as that fear walked him out of Bonza fell, man. That is just so unfortunate. Big unfortunate. Flash of Lights is ready for Atho though. He's still got himself maintained little by little. Loco P just waiting for that waterfall to come down so he can have the line of sight of Atho. Hit him with a stun cataclysm right after. So at this point, Shield of Vengeance up, big old Casbolt set up. I think Loco P could actually end this. He does have a big old Inferno as well as a Dark Soul stability. Atho does dip really low for a second though. Those dots are really catching up with him. No bubble available, no Shield of Vengeance. I think it might be lights out for him. Instant casts are needed for Loco P. It does take out Atho. That is such a powerful play style, dude. That's so much area denial. It's actually not even funny. Advoy going in for a big old gateway, got himself full pets, and a Tyrant getting set up against Loco P is going to have a second stun. Looks like the Tyrant will not be able to get much damage. Loco P trying to avoid all these pets the best it can, is trying to get a dip away from them and using that knife and mobility to his finest, actually just avoiding this whole burst altogether. Not only is he outrunning the pets, but also Advoy just getting line of sight at all times. It's just, again, such a powerful utility as well. Big old damage with the Advoy. Does drop down Infernal as well. Bonza fell locked out. Switch now to Soul Rod. Going to be a Mortal Coil for Advoy. Trinket for Loco P. And Decimated Bolt is getting set up by Advoy. Trying to make some damage happen. It's going to be Loco P pouring away out of that stun. That's going to be yet another stun for Advoy though. constantly has stuns, whether it's his pets or whether it is his Shadow Fury. Going to be a banish onto Lokopi's pet with an Infernal, as I would get himself a whole army of the demons setting up yet back to back. And Lokopi is kind of out of cooldowns here. He did burn a lot into Advoy, but it's a bit of a standstill. Advoy does have all those demons behind the pillar onto Lokopi. That is going to be actually rotten down little by little. Looks like the Wrathguard does go down. I don't know if Advoy picked up on it. The Wrathguard is down. If he is not aware of that, he might actually be in a bad spot. Does he have a quick summon? Try not to get interrupted. Oh, now that he figured out what's going on, that's going to be a Furo onto that pet. Try to see if we can go for a summon. Looks like it didn't last long. There's going to be a stun around the corner. Advoice denied the pet. Oh, no. We actually saw this yesterday. That's exactly the strategy that Lokopi went for. Pet denial. And Advoice looks like he doesn't have a insta summon, does he? Oh, no. I think it's over. Oh, no. The pet denial. Now, that's a PvP only thing, dude. Just denying the person the ability to get their pet up and running. It's just rough. Kiz got another Paladin on team 1, trying to see if you might be able to deal with Lokopi Copium. Can you break the wall? Because I think this man so far has been the wall of team 2. Well, Christine, I guess, in a sense, was the wall earlier as well. But Lokopi, dude, I mean, it's just a lot of damage. Lots of now. Big old stun onto the Succubus. Blind available for Kizgod with a big old wreck. Trying to make the damage happen on Lokopi. Looks like the auto attack did hit him. He's trying to throw in whatever hammers he can. Does he have the judgments to follow up? Potentially. Shield of Vengeance up for Kizgod, but he doesn't have the line of sight of Lokopi though. Trying to do whatever he can damage-wise, playing the big cure and go. Mortal getting set up by Lokopi. Bubbly getting used by Kizgod. This Lokopi out of options here. Does have a port, and that's a mobility given to him just to keep on running for a little bit longer. Is going to be able to outlive the bubble. So he might actually be able to do something now that Kizgod no longer has a proper immunity. Mortacles could be sent out. Just going for the instant cast. That's a fear getting set up for the Kizgod. With the Drain Life has a trinket for it immediately. That's a little bit of Drain Life for Lokopi. I think he's just waiting for his Mortal Coil. If he's able to, Kizgod trying to see if he can charge in. It's going to be full Wake of Ashes. Does have Seraphim rolling. Does Lokopi have any more mobility left? Does he have any more stop gaps for this? Stun has a trinket for it. Trying to go for whatever instant cast he can. Does get slammed down though. That is rough. At the end, you just had no cooldowns. Wall was available in a bit. I think it was just coming up. And Mortal Coil as well. That was just coming up. Big old basic protection available for Kizgod is going to be ripped off by Archeorc. As Arche finally able to play the game. Actually able to play for a bit of a fight. Except as again, against Kizgod, like last time. He's basically getting to duel him towards the tail end of the arena. And Kizgod looks like he's going to be going down. With Worgen making sure to get that Hunter's Mark on the boy. Even though it doesn't really do much unless he doesn't run the conduit. Where whoever you mark, they do like 3% less damage to you. Which can maybe be up to like 5 by the end of the expansion-ish. Which could be good PvE. Like in PvE, it's actually pretty good. Like having a boss do slightly less damage to him. With all the other defenses, that's a pretty decent like overlaps. That could be nice. In PvP though, I don't know if that's enough. 3%? I don't know if that's enough. Maybe it is. Archeorc though looking to pick up the eyes. Didn't get to pick it up the first time for some reason. Second time did do it. Second time is the charm. As Worgen got himself pretty well set behind the pillar. Behind a bunch of boxes going to be a tar trap into a steel trap. Actually, it looks like the elemental took that steel trap. Ascendant available for Arche. Going to be Fate Death for Worgen. Stun onto Arche. Trick inside of it immediately. Trying to max the damage into survival. Going to be Freezing Trap. No way out of it unless he had a grounding totem for the harpoon. There was no real way to really deal with that one. Going to be yet another steel trap on that pet. Nade's going to throw in for Worgen. He's going to try to go for the dot-based gameplay versus Archeorc. Try to keep him away from him as best as possible. Keep him at bay. It's going to go for the Chimeric Poison. It's going to be slow into a silence into a healing reduction and damage reduction. At a 75% dampening, Archeorc is trying to see if he might be able to get himself a little bit of reheal. Trying to see if you might be able to deny Manic Bandages for Worgen, but most likely there's going to be traps behind the pillar. Set up and ready to go. Does have a stun totem on one side. The Freezing Trap does meet the Shaman though. As Worgen got himself more dots loaded up onto Archeorc. Big damage to follow. And Archeorc, all he can really do is charge at Worgen. Try to go for the Scarab Beast while and goes for him. Interrupted it. Or maybe Scarab Beast on the Wolves? Maybe he was trying to do it on the Wolves. That's going to be Turtle Shell with a Manic Bandage, where Archeorc should honestly turn attention to is maybe on that Raptor pet. Honestly, not a bad idea. He's going to throw a Freezing Trap onto Arche before he recovers too much health. but the shaman at least got him to use his maelstrom defensively. Big ol' Sancho, okay, Wargrein actually might have him here. Does he have the kill shots to lock him down? Trying to harpoon at him, does end up taking him out. And trying to see if he can deny that statue from the Draven Soulbind. Oh my god, who is this? Up next, popping in, trying to make some big damies happen. Touch of the Magic getting set up. I think he's got himself a big go. Arcana Sphere getting set up, but that's going to hit Wargrein. Literally can't stop it. That's actually quite a significant amount of damage. With a barrage at the end. Feign death at the last second. Actually at no health. Literally at no health. I think a barrage or a fire blast will end up taking you out with that one. Literally. Tried to see if you could throw Kai the Mage into the freezer trap, but couldn't do it. That was a big damage at the end, dude. That could have been huge damage out of your boy. Alrighty, let's get another open running, boys. Yeah, I think we got ourselves, what, Night King versus Chicago? I think that's what we gotta do now.